Hello everyone, Tampa Jay here, and welcome to Central Park in New York City. And I'm in Central Park right now because the destination that we're going to is not too far. It's actually right behind me, a few blocks, and that is James Dean's apartment. I've always been a lover of movies and film, and I was born and raised in East Central Indiana, not too far from Fairmount, where James Dean was born and raised. Actually, he was born in Marion, but raised in Fairmont. James Dean has always been one of my heroes and one of my absolutely favorite movies. In my top 10 is Rwbel Without a Cause. So I thought it'd be fun to take you with me and go check out the apartment. But along the way, we'll check out a couple of other movie locations, some more Ghostbusters, and one of my other favorites, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And also, maybe we'll save it for the end, but we'll go by the John Lennon Memorial at Strawberry Fields, across from his apartment, the Dakota. It's all en route today, and it's all very close, and I'm about to show you where it is. So, that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's much ahead. We come now to 61st Street in Central Park West, where Rwbel, the Red-Hooded Turtle, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990, he crossed the street right here over to Central Park. He crossed here and faced this way, where he witnessed a group of muggers robbing an old lady's purse, and they brushed right by this park bench. You can see that in the movie. Rwbel goes after the thieves, and they are chased over this wall, where he faces the masked vigilante, Casey Jones.
Rwbel wins! 1-0! Cricket. Cricket? Nobody understands cricket.
And I'm sure you've seen the movie, or if you haven't, check it out. One of the best Ninja Turtle movies ever, the original. And then Rwbel chases Casey Jones out of the park, back across 61st Street.
What the heck was that?
Looked like sort of a big turtle.
I remember the first time I was in the city, my very first tour of Central Park was at night on one of these. Man, that blanket looks really nice about now. Welcome to 55 Central Park West, Dana Barra's apartment from Ghostbusters. So cool. Insert giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man here. Oh no. Where he steps on the church as he's reaching up to try to get the Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray shouts down,
Nobody steps on a church in my town!
I'm just taking the cinematic history all in right here. This is a very cool moment. Glad I can share it with you. So, it is 55 Central Park West, but in the movie, they added a 0. 550 Central Park West in Ghostbusters, but the city of New York still calls it the Ghostbusters apartment building. Of course, just like the Ghostbusters firehouse. We come now right across from the apartment over into Central Park in front of Tavern on the Green. And this is the spot where Louis Tully was chased by those terror dogs across the street. And it's almost exact. Well, the glass is a little different, but that's where he beat on the glass and was running from the terror dog. And he was screaming, "Help! Let me in! Let me in!"
Nice doggy, cute little pooch. Maybe I got a milk bone.
Right there. That is so awesome. Now the outdoor window of Tavern on the Green is closed for the winter, but the last time I was here, I was able to grab a beverage and kind of chill out over here. And they actually let us walk inside of the restaurant. However, it's closed to the private dining room right now. Alright, so to find James Dean's apartment, you come a few blocks up from the Ghostbusters apartment to 68th Street in Central Park. Crossing Central Park West right now, looking back towards Manhattan, towards Times Square area, coming down to 68th Street, and we are not too far from the apartment. Actually, I can see it from here. The yellow brick building right here that has these three kind of round things popping out is 19 West 68th Street, and that's where James Dean stayed, and his apartment was on the 5th floor. This door right here is the entrance to the apartment, and that's the one he would have walked into, and these top windows up here are the 5th floor. And now there's an iconic photo, and I'm going to see if I can find it, of James Dean looking out these windows. But one thing he used to do was climb on top of the room and go over his lines and practice acting. James Dean must have walked up these steps hundreds of times. So cool to be standing here. And next to the front door there's actually a placard. James Dean actually rented this apartment up until his death. It was still in his name. He would use this apartment as kind of like an escape from Hollywood, to just get away from the hustle and bustle of that life. But short-lived, only 24 years old, but I can imagine it being quite a shock from coming from small rural Indiana to the Big Apple and seeing all these buildings all the way around this concrete jungle. I know it sure was the first time I was here, but it must have been cool to live here in New York City, right here by Central Park. I've been here once before, but I was kind of dabbling around on Facebook and I found some resources, and I got the email for the current tenant of the apartment. However, it was kind of short notice because this trip was spur of the moment. Odds are, if they do react to my email, I'll probably be long gone, but I was just trying to possibly maybe take a look inside. I doubt it could happen, but maybe next time I can try to get a hold of them, or maybe they'll get back to me. Even if they didn't want me to film inside, it would have been cool just to see it. Well, that was really cool, seeing that apartment. It's not over yet though. We're gonna go a few blocks up Central Park to see the John Lennon Memorial. Let's go check it out. Such a beautiful view everywhere you look around here. Welcome to 72nd Street in Central Park, to the Dakota Building. One of Central Park's oldest buildings. As you can see, the architecture is very Gothic and old and beautiful. It was built in 1884, but served as John Lennon's apartment, and also the filming location for Rosemary's Baby. John was killed on December 8th, 1980, and was shot somewhere right outside these doors. Very tragic. Another hero of mine, and taken from us way too early, way too young. John lived here with his wife, Yoko Ono, and the last thing I heard, she still lives here. And right across from the Dakota Building into Central Park, not too far. I want to take you down because I'm going to Strawberry Fields. I've never been here when there wasn't a crowd of people, but here is the Imagine Memorial.
Well, this is a cute one. This is the one we like.
Well guys, I come here to this frozen lake in Central Park. The last time I was here, I took a rowboat out here and went right under this bridge. I can't think of the name of the bridge right now, but I call it the Highlander Bridge because it was in the movie Highlander. But I'm across from the San Remo Hotel. Another beautiful piece of architecture. But just kind of soaking it up here. It's a beautiful spot, I like it. Thought this was cool. It's a life ladder rescue station in case someone falls through the ice. Here's the ladder to help them. There you go. Bow Bridge. Welcome to the stairs in front of Bethesda Fountain. Well, unfortunately, this is going to be the end of it. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a most wonderful time hanging out here around Central Park, checking out the movie locations, checking out John Lennon's apartment, James Dean's apartment, and Central Park. I'm so happy and lucky to be here, and I'm glad I could take you with me. Even though this is the end of the video, it is not the end of the journey. As you can see, there's much ahead, my friends. Always much ahead. Goodbye, y'all. It's a little too cold for this Florida boy to go ice skating, but it sure is a nice view over here.